YouTube, what's up? This is Paper Cut Assassin, and I am doing a commentary video for Fall of the Samurai. This is a 2v2 that I played with my teammate Granitor on foothills. Let's go ahead and slow this down. Go ahead and take a look at the armies. We'll look at my army first. On my right flank I have one Imperial Guard, in the middle Infantry de Marine, and on my left flank I have another Imperial Guard. Right behind them I have Katana Kachi and 1-2 Shogatai. For Cav I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Yarikai, and I'll back that up with 1 Carbine Cav. And for Granitor, you can already see he's got 1-2 Katana Kachi. He's got another 1-2 Shogatai, and a Spear Levy, and that rounds out all his melee. He's got his Royal Marines, United States Marines, and another White Bear. And he also has 4 Yarikai Cav. Broadstreet has 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he's got 4 Yarikai and 1 Shogunate Guard. And for his guns, he has 1 White Bear, another White Bear, a United States Marine, and they're backed up by another, so he's got 4 White Bears total. And you can see Omori, he's got an Armstrong gun here. Artie's got 1-2 Yarikai, another 3-4, basically the same amount of cav that I have. He's got 4 Yarikai backed up, except for he's got an Imperial Guard cav. And he's also got a ton of lines. You can see he's got White Bear really leveled up, White Tiger Force, another White Bear, Imperial Guard, and 1 Royal Marine, and a Black Bear. And as you can see, I got a cav coming in, because basically, like, playing on foothills, people camp these 2 back hills, and I sent my 1 cav in basically because I had the idea that they would both set up defensively. You know, Omori or Broadstreet would set up over here, and Omori would set up over here. Let me go ahead and put this back in play. And I figured, because I told Granitor, like, we already knew about this map, we played it several times. I told him, you know, with the way we play, as aggressively as we play, I would have to come through the center. Whoever started off on the right hand side of the map, on the right flank, would have to come through the center. So I went ahead and sent up a cav to hopefully stop Omori from moving. Like, his whole army was like stationary, even though, you know, my cav was still coming up, but it bought me enough time, whatever he was doing, it bought me enough time to actually get through the middle. And, you know, basically Granitor and I now we're going to double team Broadstreet. And now finally, you know, Omori's seeing what we're doing, and he's going to go ahead and set up over on this hill right here. And Granitor's bringing all the swords in, and he's setting his guns up, and in a couple minutes he's going to go ahead and send all the cav in, and he's just going to send everything in. I'm just going to go ahead and set up, and then I'm going to start running my swords in too, and we're basically, you know, just going to overwhelm Broadstreet and kind of ignore Omori, but I'm going to set my guns up in a defensive position to at least try and distract him while, you know, we're taking on Broadstreet. And Broadstreet's already getting some really good shots into Granitor Shogatai, because he went ahead and parked his melee units here. He probably should have kept them back or pulled his guns up, but it's, you know, it sucks actually having to attack on this map. It really sucks. They barely ran out of their spawns, and like, you see how far we've had to come and how much work we've had to do to basically just get to them. So, and now we're basically starting our attack. Since I'm a cav unit down, I'm kind of like leery of engaging Omori's cav because he's already got more than me. So I'm basically like I'm just gonna try and distract him for as long as possible and engage him. You know, maybe when I have the advantage, or maybe when I think we're doing good enough to where I can just, you know, lose the cav fight, you know, so I can distract him. And as you can see, Granitor's already in. He just basically, he went full tilt, like just everything's in. Spirit Life is in there, but of course they're going to rout, but, you know, he's got his cav in there. And he's got his swords mixed up with some Yari Kai, and they might rout away, but, like, this is providing enough of distraction to where I can start sending in my melee units. Granitor can send in his Katana Kachi. Start moving up my guns. Here, like, I let a Imperial Guard get away from me. It wasn't a really good decision, wasn't really good micro on my part. Like, that was a very expensive unit to lose. But right here was probably the saving grace for me, because Omori actually left his cav just sitting there, and I just got a naked charge off. They were just standing there, and like I got a charge off without any counter charge or anything. So you can see this one cav unit's already, it's way down. It's about to go. All the other cav units are going to start wavering because I'm going to start rolling up, you know, this cav line right here. He's shooting up my, actually he's getting some shots in my chin, and he's shooting up this carbine cav. I really don't care, because I have the cav advantage now, and I'm gonna kill all these cav off. So, and as you can see already, you know, our melee of, you know, they've pretty much already gotten to the gun units, the first line of gun units, and we're still going. Granitor miraculously managed to do really well against all the cav that was right here. Still has the Shogatai to contend with, but like he's doing a really good job on the left flank, I believe. And as you can see, we've already busted through the first line, and now we're going to the second line, and this is really causing problems for Broadstreet. I finally have my gun set up in the proper position, and as you can see, this gun unit is basically going to be kind of useless right now for Omori. These two, they'll be a little bit, I mean, actually all these will be a lot better, but like there's just lots of melee and just a lot to contend with. Like we've done our job in taking out, pretty much taken down Broadstreet, and you know, now Omori's left, and since I was able to win the cav fight, I have, you know, 4 cav units, like 3 melee cav, but you know, another like you know, I have my carbine cav, which, you know, if this went to the later stages, that would help me out a lot, you know, but I have my 3 Yari Kai, and as you can see, most of them are at full strength, and basically, like, you know, I'm going to take them in here in a minute, and just, you know, be able to contend with these gun units as Granitor's, like, you know, finishing out this fight right here. He's finishing out Broadstreet. I mean, this is really, it was a very, just attrition-based battle. Like, it was just like, literally, like, the way I've seen people play, like, not a lot of people have the stomach to do stuff like this. Like, most people will just sit back and, like, they want to, you know, they want to fight with their gun units, you know, and, you know, some will take shots at the other, and it's just basically it's very, like, patient, you know, guns versus guns, you know, ranged units, you know, trying to get in shots here and there, positioning, like, lines and stuff, and Granitor and I, like, we don't have patience for this. Like, we just go straight in, you know. Our gun units are, you know, a lot of times we just say, like, our gun units are there just for show. Like, we just basically, like, we want to get in there and just start killing stuff. And as you can see, like, Omori's units are basically in disarray. I've got my cav in there, which I know I'm going to lose them. I don't really care at this point. I keep pushing them through, and at that point, they pretty much conceded defeat. But that was a good game to those guys. Really tough battle. Foothills sucks if you have to attack, but hopefully maybe that demonstrated a way. If you're going to attack, if you're playing Foothills and you know somebody's going to camp, maybe you can fall something like that. But anyways, see you guys.